76.進撃の巨人, right? The final season. The final opening. The opening called Rumbling, which I think is a great name for it. Yeah, so that's gonna be... I'm excited also the most always opens, right? You know, I like opening endings. And giving that name like the Rumbling, I think that's gonna be amazing, right? So I'm like, yeah, okay. So anyway, what we do then? We watch the episode, right? And this will be a long stream, so I'm gonna both of course the episode reaction review, right? Opening reaction, and go back, and if the opening is in the beginning, then I review the opening immediately, right? But if the opening is in the middle of the episode, then I will review the opening later on as well, so right? And also of course the ending, and then the episode, right? So it's one thing before we start here. Hope people can accept this. No, but I unfortunately have the cough, right? I had it for like since New Year's Eve basically. So my throat is pretty bad. I got bronchitis with that thing. So sorry if I cough and so on a little bit, right? For people understand that it's been for a few days now, and it's what it is. But I see what I watch the course, right? And I want to take a break. But yeah, sometimes I get a weird cough sometimes. And but otherwise, I'm not dying. I don't have a fever or anything like that. I had a fever a few days ago, but it's only stayed for 2 days. But yeah, so hopefully I'm not dying, but it is a little annoying, of course, doing any kind of streaming and so on. Right? And also, for that matter, so I do a little less streaming this week, of course, because yeah, my voice and so on. But anyway, I'm just gonna maybe remove a little bit of my old school. I don't know, man. I'm gonna keep my gabi there. I always love the best scene when she's crying. Come on. No. Okay. You see, okay, guys. Bam. Okay. Maybe this one. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, let's go timer up. See, I'm blaming my I blame my coup for my being a little bit of scatterbrained. No. But I was thinking it was gonna be Demon Slayer first here, but of course this was out before. So, but yeah, of course after this was Demon Slayer. Where's my button? Sorry about this. Where's the time? There it goes. So, okay. 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh, start. TV's laggy. Might be my TV though. Okay, why is it doing this thing now? I checked that it worked. Okay, let's gonna do something here. No, not change that thing. No, it's technical issues, of course. Classic. Try to watch it live on TV here. But that didn't do anything. Come on. Also, it should do live streaming. Come on, like the. I want it to start now. I just tested it. It worked fine. Now it's probably gonna spam up something when it finally starts here. So it's classic issues. Okay, that thing is an issue. But I just watched it. What? That it worked? Oh, come on, sorry, but yeah, I can't show you on the screen right now because it's like something weird is going on. Okay, let's do this thing. Sorry about this thing. It's weird. I'm gonna start from the beginning again. Yeah, okay, that's weird. Luckily I'm recording on TV here. Sorry about that. That was really strange. I just looked at it photo and it worked fine. And then it just, of course, my TV stopped working, of course, when I started. Yeah, sorry about that. It worked a minute ago, and then I started watching it, and nope. Then of course it broke just when I when I turned it on again. I was like, okay, pause. Okay, it works. Let's start streaming, right? And I was like, and then it broke, and now it doesn't work again. Perfect. Okay, give me a minute. I changed the channel. Yeah, I'm gonna change the channel and try again. That was very strange. It's been a while since I did a TV live reaction. Probably since actually last season, right? So I can remember. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. Trying to not cough again. My cough is weird. I don't cough that much. Except mostly when I wake up in the mornings, right? Kinda got the shit coming there. Okay. Let's try again here. Hopefully it was better. Rather than reboot my PC otherwise. Oh no. That was happening because now it's like... Okay, now I get sound at least. But then it died. Okay, good. Okay, that's better. Sorry about that. Take pictures. Okay, now then. So I'm watching it. Sorry about that. 3, 2, 1, and go. Sometimes with live streaming, right? Yeah. Sometimes with live streaming. There you go. It's a little dark, but you can see some stuff, right? You fix that. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's better. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but every quarter goes Levi. Levi and Zeke's rivalry, one of the best parts of that, I feel. This I hate though, the baby shit. This thing never made any sense, it's never explained ever. I'm like, it's just, oh baby, and it's Zeke and he's healed or something. Plot armor, I guess, or something. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, he's like super plot armor, baby plot armor or something. But at least now the stream works. Good. Yeah, sorry for those first minutes there, it's a little unfortunate. Oh man, this guy, man. Ugh. Flosh, man. The most hated characters ever in Attack on Titan, man. This whole baby thing. It's so weird. It's one of these things that is not explained, right? See, sorry, my cough is coming again. Yeah, it just takes him in and heals him, right? And it just happens, and you sitting there wondering like why. And then it's then it dies or something because it gave his life to Zeke or something. But why does he do it? I don't know. Maybe his bloodline, I guess. It's yeah. So here we go. He goes up here, all perfectly fine again. It's so silly. But it's just like plot armor. It's one of the best plot armors ever. Yeah, okay. That's happened. See? He doesn't know what happened either. Zeke's like, I could do that? See? He's also like, everyone's confused. He's confused too. You're all like, right? Yeah. No one understands that. No one gets that at all. Doesn't make any sense. Ymir? Yeah. Oh, it's like she's rebuilding him? Interesting. Yeah, it's like... But did she control the baby thing now? Huh. Yeah, now she's like building it, and he sees the classic Pat Sky thing, right, that he keeps seeing all the time. I guess. Yeah, I guess so. Huh. It's always so weird, man. But I guess Ymir was like, I'm gonna save Zeke because... Yeah, why did she save Zeke though? I don't know. It never makes any sense. But yeah, so the thing is that he's with, you know, their Jaegerists, right? So he's like, yeah, let's go, guys. Oh, it's opening now? Physical opening now. Yeah, visit the rumbling coming now, guys. Yeah, the rumbling, right? Here we go. Physical opening can come there, definitely. What's a good seasoning? So he's like, let's go. Oh, they're rumbling in the opening immediately? Okay, so they're not even shy. Their eyes are rumbling. Yeah, but it was a great season there. The thing was like, let's go. So, okay. Here we go. The final season. Birds. They're doing it on purpose, right? They're doing it on purpose! Why do all these goddamn birds in Opti for? They're doing it on purpose, definitely. Why so many birds and Eren for? More birds than Eren! Oh my god. There has to be on purpose. There can't be all those goddamn birds and Eren, man. Oh, no. Yeah, and of course, coming fight and so on. And he's out there and so on. Yeah. Man, it's a lot of spoilers in the opening. We reviewed it afterwards at the episode. Here we go. Ymir Pats. That looks nice. Yeah, I can see Ymir flickering through there. Oh, it must be everyone escaping. Yeah, it has to be Annie's father and so on. The whole map thing doesn't make any sense in the world, but whatever. Mikasa in the red scarf, of course, as always. Oh yeah, this tree, yeah, this... oh yeah, oh my god, it showed you... That thing was huge though. Literally huge, but it showed you... Yeah, okay, we go back to that later. We go back to that later after the episode, but that one, we showed you the true form of Eren. This damn opening was spoiled like crazy. Not all the bird scenes, but it was also like, it showed you the caterpillar skeleton thing there. We can talk about later in the after episode, but holy shit, that was that was a lot of spoilers. Sorry about coffee, but yeah, can't have the coffee for today. I'm only slightly dying. Best girl PIECKE though. PIECKE is my all-time favorite girl, right? With the worst girl ever, Gabi. But come on, take on Gabi. Here we go. He goes big bro, of course, with at the worst thing ever in military advantage. Zeppeliners, horrible to have in military. Yeah, so the Germans tried to have this right in World War 1 and 2 and so on, and it's complete bullshit because they're so easy to shoot down, right? So yeah, the military never stuck with that because they were like, oh, they use bam, 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 right? It's like the worst thing ever. Flying blimps, man. I mean, how easy is it to shoot them down? But I guess at least in this universe, they don't have that many good anti-air yet. So it's like, and it's pretty cool to drop Attack of Titans. It's dropped to drop fighters on them, right? So it has to be best girl PIECKE's Cubit. Oh, definitely. That is for best girl, definitely. But, in their defense, it is cool to drop Titans from the sky, though. But otherwise, blimps are just the worst in military. Just peak faking it. But it is cool though. No one's like Eren versus everyone. Yeah, it's like Eren versus all of them, basically. Right? Alright, she's back. She's adorable, look at that. I don't know if it's Gabi there. I feel doesn't really care. Yeah, it's like, I don't care about those two. Yeah, it's like, Rainer, you up there, aren't you? Yeah, I felt that Eren was like, nah, those two like that, whatever. This, my guy is up there, right? Yeah, super crazy fanatic girl. Of course, his only real goal is to, meet up with his brother, right? But I think it was kind of cute still. He kind of ignored Gabi and PIECKE. He was like, well. He does want to fight Rainer, though. I feel that's... You can see a bit of his emotions, right? I can't believe I saw on Twitter yesterday. People were like, oh, Eren, he's just a badass, no emotional main character. He's cool. I'm like, no emotion? This guy's like extremely emotional all the time. See, now he basically immediately breaks his strategy to go and fight Rainer. See, he's like, oh, I'm gonna fight you, Rainer. I don't care about my plan. Yeah. Immediately. It's all about the freaking rivalry. There we go. Ooh. Okay. She also too is like that was really stupid. Like you can just ignore him. But no. He needs to fight Rainer, right? And they need to have this freaking duel, right? As always. Come on, here we go. Finally, here we go. Looks nice. Or is Gabi's cousin, right? So, you know. Unisha and Rainer. Oh, here we go. This is the best team up in the whole stuff. Come on. Magat and PIECKE, come on. Yeah, so that's PIECKE's of course equipment, as I mentioned earlier, right? That was nice. Kind of a gentle drop there. And this is so weird. I don't know why he cares so much about Gabi for, but he does for some reason. He's actually a very nice guy, though. He's actually he's one of the most. He's definitely probably the nicest Molly guy of all of them. Yeah, my God, he's like the nicest Molly guy. Right? He actually cares about all the aliens and so on. This goes Falcos and Nishan. And Gabi's like, oh yeah, I kinda got him infected. It was my fault probably, yeah. I was like, Man, I forgot how weird Peak. Did she sound like this last season? In her. To talk in her this form? Couldn't repeat how this good, but yeah. Here we go. Peak is getting serious. Oh, this is awesome. I wish they had more of this stuff, you know, more of this like cyborg. I don't know what you call it, but like it's like, you know, Peak is the one that have like, I'll say it's prepared right for like actually utilizing technology plus Titan, right? She's the only one really has like her own. Yeah, here you go, putting on her gear right there. She's the only Titan that's like I'll say this militarized, right? In this effective way at least. But see, it's almost Gabi knows everything. Gabi's like, you know what? They have some kind of secret plans, so you can because it really makes no sense why Gabi was part of the whole I hate you, Mikasa, and all stuff like that. But Gabi, so she knows everything. For some reason. But yeah, I do find Best Girls was a bit strange here, but whatever. But this is a team up, man. PIECKE and Magat, come on, this is a team up. But I think they should have more of this, like PIECKE has, right? They should have more of this, like, yeah, military, kind of a cyborg almost Titan things. Could give Rainer some weapon or something. If anything, actually, why haven't they built weaponry for Rainer or so, right? Can't they build like a gigantic, I don't know, sword or something? That would be badass. What if Rainer appeared here with a huge sword? I was throwing it out there, or something, an axe, I don't know. Could make it the same metal as their hardening skin, right? Ooh, man, it gets Rainer hard! It's gonna own them. I know people are gonna complain, oh, the CGI is so bad for map or whatever. I think it's fine. Is it the best CGI I've seen in my life? No, but it was fine. Come on. I know people are always gonna attack them on Twitter and so on. So nice hardening. No, he's doing the. Oh no, yeah, he's doing the Hammer Titan. Weird, whatever thing is called. But basically, Hammer Titan has super hardening. I would call it, right? Yeah. But it's nice to see everyone's like tired of this stupid main character. Yeah, let's all get them together, right? So very nice. Unless he's just like whatever. But yeah, the Hammer powers is arguably the best power, right? Yeah, he's like. Honestly, yeah, he's like, yeah, whatever, just kill them both. Or kill them, but you know what I mean? Yeah, he impaled them both here. Oh no, so I can't win now. Okay, good. But he is questionable. Oh, there we go. See, PIECKE comes in here, snipes Eren. Nice. There we go. It's owned. Yes. Look at that. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. PIECKE comes in there with a gigantic sniper gun. Yeah, Titan sniping. It's actually, you think about it, simplistically very, very good, yeah, because the Titans are pretty slow, right? So if you have a gigantic sniper rifle, they can one-shot Titans, why not, right? So yeah, her sniper rifle is big as her body, right? Yeah, it's like a gigantic sniper rifle. That power though, it is really good, the hammer. Now they're gonna get into this war thing here. Sorry for my voice, but yeah, this thing I think this here I think is very interesting, and this scene is a great scene here, right? Because the Marleys, of course, are a much better military country, yeah. So the Paradise people, right? They're used to like fighting, you know, oh Titans we have or javelin shit, yeah, and so on, right? But the Marleys are an actual army, so they're like, well, we have killed a lot of people over the years. Yeah, these Mal people, they, you know, they've conquered half the continent. They're like, well, we're kind of used to killing people, right? So they're much better at actually just shooting people down. So Paradise is a bit screwed up because they don't know how to actually fight in a normal war, right? Because they only fought Titans all years, right? So yeah, getting owned. Sorry about my voice, though. Just yeah, I wish I could have this this cough thing, but hopefully it's healed in a few days. I keep saying, but it takes about 2 weeks to usually heal this kind of acute bronchitis. So this is what I mean, they're like completely owning them, right? Yeah, they're just owning them. But this is actually like a really good scene again. Yeah, it's brutal, but it's a really good scene because this is what should happen, right? The Marleys are a military empire, and Paradise is a bunch of, I don't know, Titan slayers or whatever, right? Yeah, they have no idea how to actually conduct like real warfare, right? Even if they did prepare for a few years for this thing, but and they don't really have those skills at all, right? Nor the weaponry. Like, the Marley has more anti-human weaponry, right? No, Rainer is finally getting revenge here, maybe. I know Eren's plot armor, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe free the cast. Best boy Jean. Yeah, he's trying to explain that outside. It's like Eren is fighting like a bunch of Titans outside, and there's like an army and shit happening. Yeah, it's like, what's happening outside? Oh, everything. It's like World War III. No time to fight this guy though. You don't have time to fight with him though. Yeah, come on. I get you. He's angry man, but you don't have time to get into this argument. This is a little bit like got some more impurities, I feel. But the last thing to do. As always, Mikasa looked dead inside, as always. Yeah, of course we're gonna stop it because like, come on Connie, we don't have time for this shit. They're like, yeah, whatever, you're angry, let's go, man. Yeah, I doubt he would know. I don't even know why he's like a team for honesty, but I doubt he even would know. Like, he's like an outsider too, right? Forced to fight for the kind of how he got there and so on. So yeah, why would he even know? Like, it's definitely his plan, right? What's happening, and why would he know the truth they're doing, right? So it's really involved in that sense in the other side, so feels very misdirected here. Yeah, he's like, I also hate them too, right? I grew up here, kidnapped as a kid. Yeah, I don't know what's blaming him for. In the end, it doesn't really matter though. I think this scene here is a little bit definitely slow pace. Yeah, in the end, I feel it doesn't matter though. Right? It's like World War III outside. They're like, is he at fault for this thing? Maybe he knew the truth. Let's kick his ass before we leave. You know, I feel like we could probably leave anyway, and then you know. But of course, Armin is gonna forgive him or believe him, whatever. Because Armin is a nice guy. Right? Armin is gonna be like, yeah, you are a friend. Let's go. As always, Army has to play there, you know, the nice guy. So yeah, as always. Jesus Christ, Connie's angry. Connie just really wants to punch him in his face. Yeah, Connie is so angry. And as always, Mikasa stands still looking at his side, constantly. You would think she should run out and help Eren, though. Even though, of course, Eren's like, I hate you, but still. But she's still obsessed with Eren, though. No matter what he says, that's his whole point. No matter, even if he tells he hates her, she's gonna come and save him anyway. He knows that's true. We all know it's true. We all know she's one-dimensional, obsessed with Eren, yeah. See? Now she's like, he hates me, but I have to save him anyway, you know, like, that's exactly like he said. He's 100% right, that's the thing, right? He's like, you're gonna come anyway. Doesn't matter what I do. It's a questionable decision here to be standing here and arguing what to do here. I don't know. But I guess they could join the Mali side instead. Yeah, that's true. I think it would be fun if Armin convinced them immediately to be like, you know what, let's actually betray her immediately. Yeah, like, he's probably evil. It would be way better for him. They don't really really care about his speech there. Armin's on speech and they were like, yeah, whatever. Okay, so back to Eren fighting. Yeah, no, the Mauls are grenade launching, or... okay, now some guy is the... Okay, now it's getting even more brutal here, but... Yeah, now it's getting freaking red tomato juice everywhere. And, you know, Rainer finally gets his revenge right. I kind of want to see Rainer win, honestly, so... Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's the end. Okay, so new ending as well, right? Okay. So the last ending was kind of spoilery with the folk imaginary. So it's Kid Eren with a knife. Okay, it's back to that when he saved Mikasa's one. And I was walking in like a flower garden. With a... The birds again! They really sell this shit on Bertie. They're like, oh, we know you love the bird thing with Eren. They're doing it. It's a little bird in the thing. The seriously went there. I was laughing at this shit, man. They're just like, Eren becomes a bird in the ending. Okay, yeah, they going 100% bird. They're like, the bird, man, the bird. This can't be for real, man. Holy shit. The ending's gonna be even worse than the anime. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Then everything is like overgrown. Yeah, it's like if everything was overgrown. Yeah, it turned into like a rainbow bird. It stop laughing at it. It's freaking back off, man. Oh my god, they're just going crazy. They're going crazy with the bird teams. Oh my god, here comes the preview. Oh my god. Yeah, this really is so crazy. It says specific for. But okay, let's review the opening first. I'm just gonna have to drink some drink here. And yeah, sort my cough, right? I keep saying it earlier, but I thought I got the virus, you know. It's giving me some, yeah, bronchitis issues. Can't barely speak anymore. My god. No, but they're really going with the bird team. And it has... But it's an opening, I was like, okay, it has to be, you know, on purpose. And the ending is like, it's a rainbow bird. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're going full bird. Oh, sorry. God damn it. That laugh, my hysterical laughter triggers my cough there. They're really going with the bird team, fully bird team. Here opening starts. Okay, so opening. The final opening, right? I doubt to do another opening. They might make a movie, I suppose, but they won't. Arguably might have an opening, I suppose. But anyway, so the opening is called the Rumbling, right? And I said immediately, guys. Okay, I'm gonna spoil, right? Okay, it's hard to reviewing openings without spoiling. So, or I mean, you can do it, but how far is that, right? So I'm gonna spoil now. So spoiler warnings, right? Of course, I'm gonna look at the opening scenes, what they mean and so on, or interpret them, right? So spoilers. So let's go. You've been warned. Spoiler might come, especially with the birds. Well, obviously, first of all, right? Here's the opening. It is a lot of rumbling. Like, it's just a lot of rumbling in the opening. The opening is called Rumbling. The rumbling, of course, is when all the titans get free, right? Which is this huge doomsday device ability they have, right? For the titans. And yeah, the opening, as its name called, the Rumbling, it's happening in the in the opening almost immediately. This is first we see Eren kind of doing like the get my ponytail going, you know, and then he's like rumbling. So this is basically how the opening starts, right? Yeah, it all starts up there. So definitely a massive spoiler immediately in the opening. But I would say this thing here though. When I was reading this thing, right, and I think people are watching it anime only too, who is not expecting the rumbling to happen, right? Honestly, right? Who's not expecting the rumbling to happen? So certainly the rumbling is gonna happen. Yeah. So we see the rumbling. We see some other, I guess, other rumbling scenes, right? Now it's night instead, but whatever. Yeah. So the rumbling is gonna happen, right? Pretty obvious. And then we see even more rumbling and so on, right? And then this has to be pretty interesting, but it's like a reference, I guess, to the whole Zeke and the bloodline, right? Like the whole royal bloodline. So we see, you know, Zeke and Eren with, because of course they're related, but obviously Zeke has the, you know, the correct bloodline and so on. So yeah, you know, DNA and so on, right? It's never really explained, but whatever. Anyway, and then we see across the sea, right? Titan goes up the text. Goes to the mall on the side, and then we see a lot of birds. They're like really going with the goddamn bird thing. Like I said earlier, I just kept laughing when I saw it the first time in the opening. I was like, bird, more birds. You see Sasha's death, right? You see Annie, you see Bernhold and so on. Yeah, Eren walking on the wall for some reason, and then we see more birds. They're like, holy shit, they love this bird shit. They're like, bird, more birds. And then the ending is more birds too, right? And he turned into a bird in the ending. You're like, oh my god. So, I mean, the ending has... I made videos about how terrible the ending is in the manga, right? And how the second version is even worse, right? If there's one thing that is really... There's many things that are dumb in the ending, but the whole bird thing is really stupid. It is crazy stupid, and for whatever reason, they're like, oh, he was onto something, let's do even more birds, okay? So, I'm trying to spoil too much, but I'm just like, bird, and they're like, more birds! Oh god, then we come the ending after opening here, but yeah, it is more birds. It is so much birds, and Eren is birds, and it's birds. Oh my god. Birds everywhere. Holy shit. I feel it took the wrong thing from the ending and made it even worse, honestly. Yeah, I'm just like... This feels like the last thing I expected them to focus on so much. So heavily on. Everyone is fun at this, right, in the manga. You're like, but yeah, sure, more birds. I'm even joking, right? There's so much bird scenes in both the opening and ending. Which is the worst part. One of the worst part of the whole manga. But they're like, oh yeah, birds. So much birds. Okay. Let's go on, more birds. Like, it's seriously with more bird scenes. But anyway, Zeke, corporate baseball. The fights of this episode. Yeah, not biggie really. This is basically set up this episode. Yeah, I like them fighting, but this is from this episode even. So this is in the opening here, but like who cares really? So it's kind of what you see in the episode anyway. Right? Of course, PIECKE sniping him. Yeah, you saw that, right? Can I see in the fight? It's basically this episode. This is the real interesting point here, though. So if you're anime only, I already warned you guys, but I mean, we talk about the opening anyway. So if you see watch the opening, you get spoiled, right? One of the classic OG girls comes out, right? So this is all I think the best part of the opening, or biggest part from a spoiler aspect, is of course is Annie free, right? Yeah. So Annie's getting out. I did warn you if you're anime only, right? But come on, like you're looking at the opening here, and if you don't see it in the opening yourself, well, you get glasses, right? This is not hard to spot, right? So yeah, Annie is clearly free from her crystal. It's crystal around her, clearly there's crystal behind her, right? And so on. So yeah, that has to be Annie, right? Getting out of the of her crystal, right? Which on the same time though, yes, the opening here is clearly spoiling Annie, right? In the opening. It's such a big spoiler though. To me, it would be super weird, right? If Annie just doesn't come out of the, during this stuff, right? They're having this huge war. Every other Titan's basically there, right? And he's like sleeping in each next doors. Come on, it's like she's obviously gonna, pop up eventually, right? But yeah, the opening does show you Annie free from her crystal. I think that's probably the biggest spoiler. Well, it is once in later on with Eren's real form, I suppose. But yeah, it's very clear. I didn't think about it. It's very clear it's Annie because the next scene, it's of course Annie how she looked right in season 1. So yeah, it's very clear that it's Annie because first it's a blonde woman next to a crystal. Well, it's obviously Annie, but if you don't pick it up, it's Annie. The very next scene you do see, of course, the female Titan, right? So yeah, of course it's Annie. It's undeniably Annie, right? So the open does spoil that certainly. And then you see Bernholt because he's in love with Annie, right? So you see that stuff. He was his dead, but whatever. And he's crying, and a teardrop there, right? So of course. And then it's like Armin, I guess, because he's in love with Annie now because of the whole eating Bernholt thing, right? So yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and then it's like, I guess Armin, turning into his form and so on. But it has a pretty good point of the opening because I think it's supposed to be the whole, Bernholt's crying, right? And then his teardrop kind of fell to Armin's face because he's in love with Annie now. So it's kind of like the power and the love is kind of like, fueled into Armin, I guess, what I mean with the opening there. A pretty good, interesting scenery. And then the Hammer Titan that no one ever cared about, whatever. And then it's Ymir. I don't know what this is. Ymir's doing some weird whacking dance, I don't know. Ymir is shaking a bit and the pats or something. I don't know. Ymir is like shaking it and, the pats or something. Yeah. Not surprisingly a little pat actually in the opening I would argue for. But yeah, Ymir is shaking it and then the pats happens or something. Yeah, and the whole Yggdrasil tree and all this fun stuff, right? And then I guess it's that them swimming or whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, then it's a rumbling under the water, right? When they're taking over the planet, right? So the next scene is like the water after Ymir. And you don't see the Titans, but it's like shadows in the water, right? I guess, possibly. Suppose so. And then it's... Yeah, and then it's probably with Annie's father and so on, right? Yeah, when everyone's trying to escape, but it's probably back in Marley's, of course, when everyone's trying to escape now. So the opening, you said the title is a lot about the Rumble. So now we see all these Marley people, or LD as well then, right? Trying to be like, oh shit, we're all gonna die, right? So we gotta escape those those Titans, right? Certainly so. But there is one scene that was very, very quick in the opening that I noticed. If you come to soon here, that's a huge spoiler. So I give you a spoiler warning if you're anime only, guys. Again here, he must have said that 10 times already. But I know people are still watching this stuff, even though they're anime only. Then they get angry, like, why do you spoil to me? I'm like, oh, I told you, spoiler warning. I'm like, I told you, look at this scene. And they were like, oh, yeah, it happens every time. Every goddamn time. Okay, so there's a huge spoiler left. First is them kids run into this tree. Yeah, this damn tree. But anyway, I leave that said. But yeah, the tree. God damn it, the birds. And here it is. So yeah. So again, then, right? I keep saying it because I know people get angry. Even I'm gonna just say, tell them, right? Okay, so big spoiler warning now. Then this or the end scene, I guess. But here it is. Okay, so spoiler warning. Eren's true form, right? Yeah. The opening definitely has a lot of spoilers. The opening has. This is a huge spoiler here in the opening. Jesus Christ. Here it is, right? Eren's end form, yeah. Eren's true shape, whatever you call it. Caterpillar, Eren, Mega Maxilus, Eren's true evil form, right? Yeah, so this is Eren when he transforms into his. I don't know how you describe it. It's like a caterpillar or something. Yeah, like that's the whole it's based on. So it's like it's kind of like if Eren has, I don't know how many possible, but they have 10,000 ribs or something. So every one of these bows is like this arc is a rib, right? So it's 2 ribs, right? So he's walking on his like millions ribs basically. So he's like floating in. It's not really floating, I guess, because it's actually going up to the ground, right? But it's kind of like his main body is like, you know, kind of suspended in air, right? Kinda by kind of lifting himself by the ribs, right? So it is a really disgusting, and he's ridiculously big, of course, because as you can see in front of him, that's a cross titan, right? So in front of him are the rumbling, and yeah, like that. That's the rumbling size, right? So that's a normal 50-meter tall titan. As you can see, then behind them are the Eren's true form, right? So this is Eren, like in, yeah, he's a few times taller than a Colossal Titan. He's obviously ridiculously big though, but on the same time though, if this is the true shape, he's maybe like what 3-4 times their size, right? Or the height at least. So he's maybe only like 150-200 meters tall. Something like that, yeah. So true Eren is like 200 meters perhaps, right? That being said, though, this is only his height, though. Thing is that this thing here is ridiculously, or it's more like, I guess you call it height. The thing is that he has like 1 million ribs, and he's like lying down, right? Actually, so it's more like Eren actually is. Eren is actually like, I don't know, like 100 kilometers tall or something, but he's lying down. So it's more that you see his width, I guess. His torso is like 200 meters. It's actually, but he's lying down, right? As a caterpillar, right? Yeah. So he's like a I don't know 200 kilometer caterpillar, right? And his body width, right? It's like 200 meters, something crazy like that. Yeah. So Eren is big as an island. Something insane like that. Yeah. It's a true Titan-sized thing. But yeah, there is an opening. That's a massive spoiler. If you can figure it out, I suppose. But honestly, I mean, if you're an anime only, first time you see this thing, you have to figure out it's something, right? And you can clearly see that it's Titan in front of him. You can clearly see the Titan here, right? Like the lower shape here of the Titans. That's pretty obvious. People are always like, no, you can never figure out anything from the openings. Like, come on, like, you have to say that the Titans. That's obvious. That's a no-brainer. But I mean, if I would assume that it's something to do with Eren, right? The thing behind them. Like, what else would it be? Like, you wouldn't be able to tell exactly what it is, but it's like, you would assume that it's a bigger Titan, right? Of sorts. Yeah, I mean, if anything, at least you can assume it's a Titan, right? Even if you don't know exactly what it is, you would assume there's a Titan, right? Wouldn't you? Like, what else would it going to be? And then, of course, it does zoom out a bit, and you see it in a clearer vision. Yeah, so you see it better too here, right? And now you see the Titans even more clear, of course. That it's a Titan. So yeah, that's what I mean. The opening is, I think, very spoilerist part, because at least in the first frame, you were like, okay, so those are Titans in front of a huge monster behind them, but I have no idea that is right. But then in the next scene, again, it's only like one frame, but still, yeah. Now you see these Titans even more clear, right? And then this thing is some kind of skeleton monster, right? Of sorts. But like again, you're obviously gonna assume that this is a Titan, right? Like what else is this thing? Even if you're complete anime only, you have zero creativity, zero imagination in your brain, right? You're gonna assume that this guy, I don't know, Grim Reaper, Caterpillar, skeleton thing that is several times bigger than the Titan is clearly a Titan, right? But it's even bigger, right? And why wouldn't it be? Because it's the Titan final, right? It's gonna be a bigger Titan, right? But yeah, here you see it even better, of course. Still a little unclear how that thing works, though. But yeah, it's like Eren with I don't know, a million ribs. Yeah, it's a really disgusting monster creature thing he turns into. But yeah, it's a good little. As I said, I say by far the biggest spoiler in this opening, in my opinion, by far. Otherwise, Annie, I suppose, right? Showing Annie there, it's yeah, and I don't think they have to show Annie. I mean, as they went with Annie, and they first showed her out of the crystal, and then also showing old Annie, that felt to me unnecessary. Like, they didn't have to do that, right? To really, it's Annie. Like, they really had to like sell it into Annie. Well, you do see Eren screaming after you see that skeleton thing, though. And then it's some butterflies being crushed by a feet, though. That's true. I didn't think about that the first time I saw the opening. That is true. That is true. In the last scene, it's some insects, right? That's been like smashed by a feet. You're like, okay, yeah, yeah. Like something has been crushed by walking on them. Okay. Yeah, see where that's going. I think. Anyway, let's go to the ending. The ending is just a freaking bird, man. I keep saying it, but they are like we're really living on this bird thing. They are like the best thing of the Titan was the bird scene. So they are like, what if Eren turns into a rainbow bird in the ending? People gonna love that shit. Yeah. I'll be honest here. I think, especially in this thing, I think the anime endings have even worse than the manga ending, because like this to me is like. I think I haven't met a single person that genuinely liked the bird thing, right, of the ending. I'm trying to keep it vague here for whatever reason, because people keep still watching it. Yeah, but it's a bird scene and it's horrible, and I have no idea why they are so heavily focusing on this bird scene in the ending, and also as I mentioned a bit of the opening, right. So the ending wasn't very exciting. It was mostly just this bird thing, and yeah, it's like one of the weakest part of the ending. So for me, it feels like a very weird, honestly, like a very weird focus on. So I don't know how to read that. It feels like they're gonna get through that episode, and then they're gonna do like, you know what people want more of, that bird thing. So they're gonna be like 10 minutes of this thing is at the end or something. Oh my god, it's gonna be. See, I genuinely expect it to go like the last episode, yeah, and people are like hopefully gonna explain Ymir's backstory better or something. Hopefully gonna expand maybe that thing, maybe expand the Mikasa scene. They're gonna be like they could expand this thing or that tree thing or whatever. Instead they're gonna be like, what if we did 20 minutes on the bird? Yeah, that's gonna be the last episode. It's gonna be like only bird, nothing else. It's gonna be. That wouldn't surprise me, seeing how much they seem to love that thing. But anyway, not much of an ending, in my opinion there. Nothing very interesting. Anyway, talk about the episode briefly then. Talk about the opening. But the opening was exciting, come on. It was goddamn exciting. Talk about the actual episode of it. And then after, of course, Demon Slayer. So I was very excited about. I sound very no, but it's my throat. I can barely speak, right? I have to. It's challenging to speak honestly, but and that sounded so fake. Was that? I was trying to say it louder. I was like, I'm sorry, but I was not trying to stop kissing. Anyway, here episode kind of starts, right? So first of all, best girl PIECKE, right? Save the best girl gabi. I think it was adorable. Gonna open somebody's elevator head for her here, and. I kind of like something interesting. I said earlier in the Rush Part 2 here that I found that so many people, for whatever reason, now before the episode starts here, right, the season starts here, since Eren is a great, protagonist / bad guy now, right? But he's so calm and like no emotion and this kind of callous character, right? And I'm just like, have they seen Attack on Titan? I'm not saying Eren's a bad character ever, but I'm just saying that he's not a non-emotional character, right? In this scene here, first he's like, okay, so Gabi and PIECKE runs away from him, right? And I like it, he immediately is like, I don't care about them, he lets them leave. Like, you can all get that's good, it's a strategy, okay? Then he sees Rainer, and he's like, oh, Rainer! And he's like, I'm gonna fight the bastard! And then runs over and fights him, right? And Yolanda is like, no, don't fight him, you're gonna hit your brother! And he's like, no! And then runs and fights them, right? So, no, Eren is super emotional as always. Yes, he just ignored these two girls, because he didn't know them, right? So he ignored those two. But as soon as Rainer comes flying down, you see Eren immediately gets super pissy, yeah. So she's like, ignore him, ignore Rainer, don't go and fight him. And he immediately is like, I wanna fight him, right? So, no, I'm just like, oh god, I'm just, I don't wanna be that guy. But I don't understand people think that Eren is supposed to be this, unemotional, like, you know what I mean, like this, super strategist, calm, collected guy. This is, last thing is, right? Eren is super emotional, yeah. So in that scene, he ignores her completely and goes to fight Rainer, right? Of course he is. So always about the emotions. And then go and start fighting and so on. But yeah, it's a great fight episode, I think. We see everyone kind of ganging up together, right? Course first, Eren owns them, but it's nice seeing them all kind of, teaming against him, right? And here it is. This thing I'm looking for. Great scene here when they're Ray is holding him down, right? Coming behind to bite him and so on. Yes, that's a great scene. And then of course best girl PIECKE snipes him afterward. Yeah, so there are like three. You can't see of course PIECKE because she's like sniping, right? PIECKE is behind him actually on the wall, straight behind him, right? Yeah, so they're all like preparing to attack together, right? So yeah, Eren has more than one power, but if you're three people together, right, and you're kind of combining your powers and also strategy, right, you can own him. So yeah, it's a good scene that Eren is owned in. Also, for that matter, right? Kind of shows Eren isn't, the ultimate being yet or whatever, and also he's not the smartest guy ever. So even if you have the best power, he's not a very smart guy, right? So he's owned there. But as I keep saying in the reaction part, I think that more people should have this kind of thing, right, in Attack on Titan that PIECKE has, where it's like, super armed. I the only guy I think would be badass if Rainer put him with a sword axe or whatever. It's like it feels this makes a lot of sense, right? Because they're like a military empire using the Titans, right? And they have developed this like super sniper gun for PIECKE, which makes sense. But why couldn't they make some melee weapons for the guys? Something like that, yeah. Have them craft a weapon with their something, right? But I do like the PIECKE has the speciality of the sniper thing. And then, as I mentioned in the reaction part, I think it's very important this in here actually. This in here I think is very important for the general storyline. And I think it's really good writing here because this makes so much sense too from an actual world building, right? So what happens here is that, so the Marley of course have attacked, right? We know that, let's think so on it. The Marley goes down, they're fighting and so on. But what I really like with this in here, right, is the Marleys are just owning them, yeah. The Marley comes in here and they're like bam, 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 right, yeah. And they're just slaying them. They're freaking genocide, right? They're like paradise, all dying, right? They're going genocide them. And this to me is a really good scene. You see how this is what should happen, right? The paradise, of course, as I mentioned in the rest part 2, but the paradise people, they're so used to fighting Titans, right? First of all. Secondly, they have this javelin spear thing, right? They also got the weird sword, right? But they got the spear thing. You can shoot the spear as well. But how good is that against humans, right? Like, it's kind of having a rocket launcher kind of thing. Certainly, you can kill someone with a freaking rocket launcher or a weird spear shooting at them. You can, of course. But a normal rifle is probably better, right? To shoot one person with. It's easier, right? And you can shoot bam, bam, bam and kill people, right? So, suddenly Paradise, our characters, right, are realizing that shit, we are completely owned by the Marleys, right? It's an interesting premise. They're suddenly getting completely annihilated, right, in an actual war because, they can't fight actual humans. They never actually fought in a war, right? And in the they have of course a little bit in the whole rebellion arc, right? Earlier, of course, against modern humans. A little bit, but come on. That was like a more skirmish, right? 10 people there, get 10 people there, right? With Kenning and so on, yeah. Those are like, just a few people fighting, right? This is actually like thousands of soldiers, paratroopers coming down, right? Like experienced elite soldiers, right? And many of these guys here have probably been in the other wars, right? Because the Mali has had a lot of wars. So, these are probably like veteran paratroopers, right? That has been part of the other Kusan Empire or whatever they had previously, right? So, yeah, these guys are owning the normal soldiers very, very easily, right? And, it completely kills them. but I think it makes, again, perfect sense. Because, yeah, none of their weaponry is really good against humans. Especially not in a loyal sense. Then they also use like grenades to damage someone later, right? And again, these are weapons that are good against humans, but wouldn't be very effective against Titans, right? So, the Paradise soldiers, they don't really have any good weapons against humans. Because they're like, oh, I have this anti-Titan weapon. Yeah, and these guys have anti-human weapons, right? So, big difference there. And otherwise, of course, turning into Titans is not really the best strategy in your own home country anyway. But yeah, I really like the scene where they own them completely. It kind of shows you also how, I guess, naive Para has been, right, with their weird strategy and so on. Of course, you could argue with Eren that he has a much more sinister agenda here in Siege. That's why he's started this war with them. Certainly. And then we get into this, like, classic Attack on Titan. Let's have a dialogue for 10 minutes for no reason. No, but in the last point, I want to say that thing, right? We got into this scene here, and yeah, I think this is a pretty weak scene, and this is honestly I probably haven't Titan generally speaking, right? I think it's a great episode, but this scene I don't like that much, right? Because it's the only scene I don't like in an episode. Just in the sense that it makes sense they're angry at him. Colin's like, I'm gonna kick your ass and stuff, right? That makes sense, right? For like a minute maybe. But then they spend a lot of time on this scene, and as a reaction part, I just feel it's like, he goes in there and it's like, it's World War III outside, guys, right? Eren is fighting these other Titans, and they're like killing all the Paradise people, are dying from these like more like elite troops, and everyone is getting killed, with bam, and grenades and nukes and shit, right? And they're like, who are you actually? Do you know the truth about the Eren? Yeah, suddenly gonna have this like long dialogue with him, and they're gonna interrogate him for like 10 minutes, right? Whatever. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. If it's one of those moments where you're like, you're coming with us, but we have to go outside and see what happens, right? Like, I would immediately be like, okay, talk to me while I am moving, right? I would have been like, okay, explain to me what's happening while we are moving outside to see what's happening, right? I would just stand there and be like, interesting. Should we go outside maybe and try to help our soldiers when everyone dies? It feels like a little bit, I think the scene here to me honestly feels really weird. It feels very weird put into the storyline, how no one seems to have any urgency to go outside and be like, oh, you're telling me that everyone's died outside? Or it's like World War III is happening or whatever, yeah, or at least run away. Or if you don't want to save anyone, I would either go out try to save my friends, right? My country, right? Or you would have been like, oh, I'm leaving, and you would skip about, yeah. Instead you're like very calmly like, what's happening out there? Yeah. What do you think, Mikasa? What should we do? Yeah, if it's the way too I guess lack of emotions, right? So yeah, I think it's a very weird scene, honestly. It's just they stand there talking for a long time, right? Okay. And then eventually, and Mikasa, of course, always is like, oh no, I'm still obsessed with Eren or something, right? And as I always say, Eren is right, because she's always like, I gotta go and save Eren or something, even though he hates me, and so I was like, flexing that scarf, right? I love him. Anyway, yeah, something never changed, right? Something like that. But anyways, that's Take Titan, sort my cough. Can't help that, unfortunately. Hopefully it's cured eventually. At least I don't have a fever anymore, so it's better, right? But yeah, so Demon Slayer guys coming up soon. I haven't heard the chat guys, but oh, my chat is weird acting. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's coming to Crunchyroll later today. But yeah, Mole Stormstorm, which I think is really good, right? Because Mole is definitely a much better military power. But yeah, time flies, man. Yeah, I mean, I remember reading in chapter 2, and I said the same thing in the chapter when I read the chapter 2, right? That I was like, makes a lot of sense from a military standpoint. That yeah, they're like actually winning and so on. But and that's a good point too. Yeah, the Jägerist, the actual, how say the young people, right? The Floschinist kids, they're definitely the most inexperienced too. But that's kind of the point, right? The Jägerist with Floschin in the lead, that of course loves the Jägers and Artsika and Eren. They are young people, right? They're young, inexperienced, naive kids that are like, we're gonna conquer the planet, something. So it makes sense they're also the most inexperienced actual warriors or so on, generally speaking, right? And of course they're really gonna get owned and so on in this war, right? And they certainly are. But yeah, that's a crazy episode. Anyway, guys, see you guys in a few minutes with Demon Slayer. I'm up to an hour now, right? But of course I want to watch the Titan. And next week we have some more Arifrat that's going back, so yeah, we have some more animes to coming, of course. But anyway, subscribe, so you soon with Demon Slayer episode 6, right? I guess from that season thing.